Hello traders, welcome back to Macros and Chaos YouTube channel. In this video, let's discuss the following things. Are we in a new bull market or in the last leg of an ongoing bull market? If so, what could be the potential targets of Nifty 50, Sensex and Bank Nifty going forward? And what could be the potential scenarios that could result in a correction or a bear market going ahead? So, let's get started. Firstly, before doing any chart analysis, we need to understand which market cycle we are currently in. So, for knowing whether we are in a new bull market or in the last stage of an ongoing bull market from 2008, we need to understand what the later stage of a bull market actually feels like. So, let's consider the monthly time frame chart of Nifty 50 during the 1993 to 2008 bull market. You might wonder why I'm not calling 2000 as a bull market. That's because during 2000 the euphoria was led by tech stocks but not by the whole market. So it's not a secular bull run. A secular bull run is when majority sectors participate. So let's understand first how the last leg of a bull run actually looks like. During the initial periods of a bull market, the market generally runs in a parallel channel, which we can see here. Then it breaks out of the channel, resulting in fast and furious moves with quick corrections on its way up. This is the last leg of a bull market and in general ends with euphoric top before the ultimate crash, resulting in the bear market. So let's consider the current bull market, which is running from 2008 to now. Similar to the previous bull market, we again draw the parallel channel and this is what we get. If you look at it, the recent market crash was just a deep correction. The last leg of this bull market started when Nifty broke out of this channel in November 2020. That's why Nifty started to move quickly as it is in the last leg of the bull market. So now let's try to predict the probable targets for Nifty 50 during this leg of the bull market. So for that we need to go down to a lower time frame like a weekly chart and consider recent past years. Some might wonder why do you have to analyze going to a lower time frame and recent past but not the whole bull run from 2008. That's because stock market is run by participants who are currently active. Many participants from 2000 or 2008 are not active or present in the markets now, and stock market runs on memory, and we know for a fact that humans have a short-term memory. That's why let's consider the weekly time frame chart of Nifty 50 from 2015. During the recent market crash, Nifty 50 bottom matched the bottom level of the market that was created during the demonetization. In general, Nifty has to match the exact bottom. However, as it is a traded index, there is an overshoot resulting in the breach of levels for a brief period of time. You will understand this when we will discuss the Sensex chart. Now, let's mark important global events based on key levels before going ahead. So let's draw the Fibonacci retracement and extensions between the swing low and swing high. Many people just draw Fibonacci retracements and extensions between any swing levels, which is a big mistake. They have to always be drawn between key event levels because these events change the polarity of thinking among humans. The only zone you have to care about is the golden ratio zone, which falls between 50% to 61.8% retracement between the top and the bottom. Now look carefully how the market always bounced to the key zones from these retracements. The fall stopped near demonetization lows and bounced. Only if Nifty had closed on a weekly closing basis below the demonetization lows is when one should expect 6,800 levels. Also, look how Nifty got resisted and stopped near 15,900 levels for the past 3 months, which is an extension of 61.8%. Now let's draw another Fibonacci retracement extension between the 2020 top and 2020 bottom. Look how the market struggled in the golden ratio zones as there is a confluence and overlapping of one golden ratio over another and beautifully moved from it. I have made another video when the market was here explaining when and how to expect if Nifty will come out of the bear market or not based on another new concept which you won't find anywhere. So I will put down the link for that video in the comment section. Do watch it to learn something new. So let's get back to this video. Now let's zoom this region and go to daily time frame. Now look how the extension from the new Fibonacci retracement is nearly confluencing with the old one. That's what created this resistance zone. Now you know why Nifty has to spend some time in that range for so many weeks. If you have liked what you have learned so far, then press that like button and subscribe to this channel. Now let's get back to the monthly time frame to get the probable targets for this bull run. Now from the extension confluences, next probable targets will come around the price levels between 17,350 to 18,000 and the next one at 20,400 to 21,500. Don't be astonished by these levels because during the final bull run in 2004 to 2008, the market almost tripled from 2000 levels to 6000 levels. So take a note of these levels. Now let's discuss from which levels we can see bears becoming active and start to attack. Now let's mark the rectangle regions of previous bull and bear regime swings. Now let's copy them and put them as extensions. So we get the confluence zones of 17,350 to 18,000 levels. In general, bears attack when the market doubles from the complete swings. So expect bears to do any attack near these levels. But if they don't attack here, then there will be truly euphoric moves which you haven't experienced till date to the next levels of 20,400 to 21,500. Then the market might witness a significant correction. Now let's get back to understanding the tradable time frame, which is the daily time frame. Nifty has been going up in this uptrend channel, getting resisted at the channel top and taking support at the channel bottom. The market is getting bought whenever it is reaching this channel bottom, and profit booking is taking place whenever the market reaches the channel top. Now let's zoom into this region for tradable levels and understanding the market generated data. This is a consolidated market profile drawn from the April swing bottom to August on Nifty futures chart on a daily time frame. Now let's concentrate on the high volume nodes to get a better understanding on how the market players have positioned themselves. Now this zone becomes the make or break zone. What I mean by that is whenever the market dips to these levels, they will be bought as the market players have accumulated and positioned themselves for the upside in this region. So if you are long in this market, be it by investments or trading, it will be a buy on dip market for the next targets. But if the market closes below 15,470 levels on a weekly closing basis, then this bull run will be stopped. So in conclusion, this bull run is still intact till the time we stay in this region or above this region. In November 2020, when Nifty was at 12,800 levels, I tweeted then itself explaining my thesis for potential targets of 15,000, 17,000 and 21,000 levels. For more such tweets, you can follow me on Twitter at Macros and Cavos. Now let's do the similar analysis on Sensex. Similar to Nifty analysis, let's go to the weekly time frame chart for Sensex from 2015 to now for the analysis. Always remember that levels on non-tradable index matter more and are more accurate in general as they do not suffer due to dynamic supply and demand from the market orders. If you look at the Sensex chart, it exactly took the support from the demonetization zone. That's the beauty of analyzing non-tradable indexes. They are very accurate. If you have learned something new from this video so far, then consider smashing that like button and subscribe to this channel. Just look how beautifully the price reacted to the confluences of golden ratio zones. In this chart, if you look carefully, although Nifty gave a breakout, we are still in the confluence zone in the Sensex chart. It is now important for the Sensex to close above 54,500 on a weekly closing basis for the next up run, and that also reflects and supports the current breakout in Nifty 50 into the 16,000 levels. So do remember this. Now let's analyze this on a higher time frame of monthly chart to get probable targets. The next probable target zones come around 58,900 to 62,000 and 69,000 to 74,300 levels. Also, these are the levels where you can expect bears to do some attack. Now let's analyze Bank Nifty charts. This is the weekly chart of Bank Nifty. When it comes to Bank Nifty, it formed double bottom near the demonetization lows. Now let's apply Fibonacci retracement and extensions on this chart similar to Nifty and Sensex. Look how the prices reacted at these golden ratio zones. Here the probable targets are 42,800 to 44,500 and 49,100 to 51,800. Also, these are the levels for any possible bear attack. Here, many people think that Bank Nifty is underperforming Nifty as it was not at all-time highs, whereas Nifty was at the all-time highs. Actually, you guys are seeing it all wrong. Let me explain why. This is the relative performance chart of Nifty and Bank Nifty from April swing lows. If you pay attention to this, then Bank Nifty was and is clearly outperforming Nifty. That's why I always say simply applying technical analysis won't help. You need to identify and locate the events and do the analysis as per the location. Because I repeat again, humans' polarity and the sentiment with which they react tells a lot about how the market reacts to that particular event. Now let's look at the emerging markets index. This is the monthly chart of MSCI Emerging Markets Index, where India is also part of its constituents. This index is still at the 2007 highs and yet to break out. Indian markets are heavily dependent on FI inflows, and this is one such index through which FIs invest in India. Its biggest constituent is China. If you look at the chart, it clearly got rejected from the 2007 highs as the tech companies in China are resulting heavy regulations, which resulted in FIs withdrawing their funds. That's why in the last couple of months, FIs have been net sellers even in the Indian markets, as well as India is one of the constituents in this index. These are the major key levels when it comes to emerging markets. Now let's draw Fibonacci retracements and extensions. Even here you can observe how the prices reacted near the golden ratio zones. Currently the index has been in the confluence range and kind of broke down last month, but it is trying to come back into the zone in this month. That's why all of a sudden FIs started to become net buyers. Once we cross this USD 55.83 mark, more and more funds flow into the emerging markets, propelling the market into higher levels. If you are with me till now and enjoying the analysis, then press that like button and subscribe to this channel. Now let's discuss the potential scenarios that could result in bear markets. The first reason could be the Big Bang IPO of LIC. This is an important milestone for the government. It will make sure that the markets are healthy by the time this IPO makes its debut in the stock exchanges. Most often than not, these kind of IPOs suck the liquidity out of the markets, resulting in a bear market. When the news came out in June 2020, I tweeted then itself that the government won't let the markets fall and no need to be worried about the market crash, even though the situation was grim at that point of time. For more such tweets, you can follow me on Twitter at Macros and Chaos. It's been some time, India hasn't seen any corporate rivalry. With Adani planning to get into petrochemical businesses, it would be interesting to see how this plays out. Do remember that when two big elephants in a jungle fight, they kind of destroyed for some time. The third reason could be taper tanting from US Federal Reserve, where US Federal Reserve will start to increase the interest rates, resulting in FIs leaving the emerging markets for the developed markets. Last but not least, nobody knows anything about anything beyond a point, so always respect risk. Traders, you know the drill. Like, share and subscribe. Do let me know in the comment section what you want, and do let me know what kind of videos you would like to watch on this channel. Till next time we meet, cheers.